Hello everyone, very good day to you. My name is Karthik Madugula, aka Karma the Life Coach, and today I'm here to talk about career choices. A lot of you have been sending me questions on various career choices, and I understand many people have very confusing decisions to make. Everything out there looks so attractive, everything out there looks appealing, and sometimes whatever decision you take seems to fail. So, how to set yourself up for a career? How to make sure that you are successful in the pursuit of a career? So, let's answer a few questions I received in this regard so that this may actually unlock a few answers for you. Now, don't look at these questions and be like, I don't have these problems. But try to look at the answers and see how they answer your questions or your specific questions in a way that will give some formats. Because whenever I answer any question, I give a lot of formats to think in. So please observe and listen keenly so that you can perhaps answer your own questions as well. Right, so let's look at the first question. I'm in my 10th standard and I don't know which is the right career for me. Some people don't know their right career even after they graduate, by the way. I have few interests, but I don't know whether I want to pursue them. Today we have Google to research, but I don't know what is something that I would work towards expertising in. How should I find a career that fits me? Now this is a question that appeals even to people who graduate, because you have studied and everything is done, you got a degree even, but then you don't know what you want to do now. Which area should you go into? What should you expertise in? So let me answer this question in detail and depth for you. The first thing you want to think is, what are the skills and aptitudes that you already possess? And some people may answer to this saying, I don't know what I know. Okay, and that's the most comfortable answer you can give. Please don't stop yourself at that comfortable answer. It's very easy to put your hands up and say, I know nothing. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you at least know how to search for the right things on YouTube. That's also a skill. Okay, so please don't disregard yourself so much to tell yourself that you don't know anything. Everyone knows something. So please make a list of all the things that you know well, or at least know decently. Now start thinking about, what are the things from these things that I know that I can expand a little bit more professionally. It could be any skill. It could be singing, dance, arts, technology, coding. It could even be, organizing parties for that matter. A lot of people need such people who can organize parties and be event planners and things like that. So first make a list of all the things that you know and all the things that you're interested in, and look at what can be professionally expanded. So what I want you to understand here is, every option out there will look interesting and exciting. Okay, when you start on a particular path, it looks like your friends are having a better time because they'll put better Instagram pictures than you do. Okay, but what I want you to understand here is, a career primarily is about being helpful to someone else. The entire meaning of a career is you are trying to scratch someone's back. They have an itch that you have to scratch. And people have various kinds of itches. Someone needs someone like me, someone needs an engineer, someone needs a builder, someone needs a vocal artist, someone needs a singer, someone needs an actor. There's various kinds of needs. And we all have these needs on an everyday basis. All you have to find out is which itch you can scratch for us. That's all. So start with the intention of being helpful, and don't judge the medium of help. So for example, if you want to be an event planner, don't compare yourself with an engineer and think that engineering is cooler than event planning. It's nothing like that. If you can solve event planning problems really well, you will be known for solving these problems, and people will hire you at your price for solving these problems. So instead of trying to be cool, try to be helpful. What are all the things that you know? What are all the things that you're interested in? Which of these skills can you professionally expand so that you can be helpful to the world around you? And trust me when I say this, the more and more helpful you become, the more and more your bank balance will grow in size. So if your question is, how do I choose my expertise or which area should I go into? Think of what is interesting, important, and somewhere close to what you know. And the options that come out of that, pick one of those things which you think is the most important that you can commit to. Now that's the most important part. Any endeavor you start, first 2-3 years, you will face a lot of difficulties. There will be more downturn, there will be more rejection, there will be more doubts and everything of that sort. Whatever you do will not work out that well, people will not appreciate you so soon. So you will face a lot of difficulties in the first 2-3 years. So the commitment will help to see yourself through those difficulties and stand strong so that you can see the good day later. So this is how you pick an expertise. Look at what you know, what is interesting to you, and what is important out there in the world, and at the intersection of all these things, pick one option and start going out there with the intention to help. Don't go out there with the intention to earn a buck. You will only become a scamster if you do that. If you go with the intention to truly help, I am sure you will not just have a profitable but also a fulfilling career. Hope that answers the question. So let's now look at the second question. The second question says, I go to work and do all the things properly. I get paid well and I make enough to afford all my needs and wants. Beautiful. Not a lot of people have this privilege. Usually this is what people want, and that's what he's saying. But I feel lost at my work. I feel like I'm doing this just because I have to. Did I make the wrong career choice? I'm in my 40s and this is a late realization. Should I risk it to find the career that motivates me to my core? Okay. So the question clearly says that this person is in their 40s and they're having a little bit of a late moment of realization. They're not feeling fulfilled, and this need not happen in 40s. For some people it is happening late 20s and even early 30s also. You don't have to wait to feel like this until 40s these days. So what needs to be understood here is, when you're saying that this is not fulfilling you, may I challenge you to think whether you've actually looked for the meaning in this work. Let's think about it this way. If you're getting paid for doing any work on this planet, if you're getting paid, what does that mean? What it means is someone else is either not able to do it by themselves, or don't want to do it by themselves, or don't have the time to do it by themselves, hence they are putting it on you. They are relying on you. There are real people that are relying on you. I know a lot of people are in jobs where they don't meet their customers on an everyday basis. I respect that. But the reality is, whatever you are doing is finally contributing to someone's life becoming better, easier, or faster, or more, with more of a facility. So the first question I will ask you is, have you even looked at the depth of your work to try to find meaning in it? Because if you try to find meaning in your work, you can find meaning in any type of work. If someone is already in their mid-40s, it's very unwise to change career path and come into something completely different. Not that not that I'm saying that you should never do that. I'm not saying that. You can, but if you're in your 40s or late 30s already, you have developed so many skills in that direction already, in my assumption. So the better thing to do for you would be to compound in the same direction. If you start from scratch in a new direction, you will again be a complete starter. So if even you want to go into something else, look for related opportunities. So the skills that you have already developed here should be useful in that new industry. If that's working out, it's okay. But if you're going for something absolutely new, then you will have to sit with other 20-year-olds, because obviously you are a starter, an absolute starter, and you may not feel that good, and your bank account won't at all look good, because no one wants to pay so much for a starter, unless if you have saved already so much that your family doesn't have money problem at this stage. So the first challenge is, are you being blind to the meaning in your already existing work? Please rethink on that. And the second thing is, if you still have to go out to something that feels related, that already utilizes the skills that you developed where you are, because you want to compound as you go. You don't want to start absolute scratch. Hope that answers the question. Let's look at the next question now. The question says, since childhood music was my love and I know I want to make a great career out of it. Wow, beautiful. I try to make videos on social media and I try to find gigs in cafes and restaurants to make some money, but it isn't enough. I can understand that. I've probably gone through some of that too. I am barely able to survive. Okay. I don't want to give up on music, but everyone tells me to do a job which pays, but if I did that, I cannot give time to music. What should I do? So here is the thing, my friend. If you feel that you don't want to deviate away from music because if I do anything else, it will suck away all my time, I have a couple of suggestions for you. One is, look for better ways of monetizing your music skill. You're saying that you're performing at some gigs, restaurants, cafes and all of this, but you still haven't cracked a proper commercial model with it. So are there better ways to monetize the skill that you have? Look for opportunities. Maybe teaching is one. A lot of people want to learn music. Okay, maybe it's an instrument that you are teaching, maybe it's vocals that you're teaching, maybe it is some kind of composition that you're teaching. Whatever it is that you're teaching, a lot of people want to learn. So can you look at teaching as one side business so that you can be around what you like and make money from what you're practicing any which way? Okay, so look at better ways of commercializing what you know. That's option number one. Option number two is, look at picking up some skill that is close to the things that you already know, which has good commercial possibility already in the market. Like for example, designing. Okay, designing web pages or making design layouts for apps and products and things like that. And see if you can get freelance assignments so that your time is still in your control. So you control how much you work and how much you get paid. So because your entire problem here is how much time will I put into my job. If you go into a job, you obviously don't have control. But if you are a freelancer, your time is better in your control. So are there opportunities of picking up a highly commercial skill and doing it part-time so that you can freelance and keep the money engine on? Okay, so these are the two options you have. One is commercializing what you already know really well, or two is picking up a skill that is already commercial in the market and doing it as a freelance so that you can keep the money engine on if you don't want to join a job. I hope that answers the question. And I hope that answers the question for many other people who are in the arts industry facing the same question as well. Let's look at the next question. Failure no matter what I do. I feel like I have no skills. I can feel the pain there. Friends around me are growing and I'm still right there with no growth. Wow, that's painful. I'm in my 30s and I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I feel I'm worthless. So, my friend, the problem that you're having here is that you are not improving your skills. This may be a little bit harsh, but I'm going to be straight with you. If you're not improving your skills and if no one is paying you for what you're doing, for example, I'm assuming here that you may be doing a job and your career is not growing. So you're not getting paid more, you're not getting a hike, you're not getting a new job or whatever it is. So what that means is you are not upgrading yourself. Simple as that. Okay? if you're not upgrading yourself, they will definitely not feel that you're worthy of their time or money. So yes, technically saying this, you are worthless in the market value angle of it. But don't ever make it worthless as a person. No one is worthless as a person. You may be worthless in the skill domain. You may be worthless in the market value domain. Okay? So you're worthless here, not here. No one is worthless here. Everyone is of immense worth. If you're drawing breath, you're worthy. There need not be any other qualification for feeling worthy. Okay? So your skill is not worthy. Your commercial value is not worthy. Your market value is not worthy. That's the right statement to say. My market value is not worthy. I am unworthy. That's a wrong statement. My market value is not worthy. That's the right statement to say. Why? Because first of all, you're distancing it from you and you're putting it on the actual villain, not on yourself. Right? Now that we identify the actual villain, which is your skills not being commercially worthy, your probably work styles are not probably worthy enough to commit and deliver few projects in the tight deadlines or whatever it is. So you have to look at your work habits, your skills, and all these things, and look at ways to quickly upgrade them. And now, how do I do that? Take inspiration from the friends that you know that are growing regularly. So look at what they are doing and try to emulate them. 2. Join some courses or programs that help you grow these skills or grow these habits or attitudes if you're unable to do it by yourself. But the thing is, you can do any of these things, but what I want you to remember is you have to do something to move. Okay? So if you come into that momentum, I'm sure you will build that value soon and you will find a better job, that good situation in which you will get a hike or a raise or even a new job with a lot of salary increment. So instead of feeling unworthy here, recognize your lack of worth here, which is in your skill or habit or whatever, and work on that thing instead of calling this unworthy and sitting there and sulking. That's my not a harsh but a heartfelt suggestion to you. Hope that helps. That's all for today, folks. These are some of the questions I received and I've answered them to the best of my capacity. I hope this has helped you in your own questions that you may be having. Catch the format in my answers and try to apply it to yourself and continue to progress in life and never give up. Thank you so much.